Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Celente, and it's Thursday, September 28th. And here are some of today's trends in the news. And again, the trend is your friend. And we're the only ones in the world that give you trends in the news. Nobody else does it because they don't know how. So, what in the world is going on? What's next? What to do? We're doing our best to help you do it. And again, you subscribe to the Trends Journal and you get that information. This week's magazine is another about 160 pages. No ads. Oh, and you can listen to it. And there it is. Dress like a slob, look like a slob. It's the American way. Slobola. Oh, they said now you got to dress up now. They changed that in the Senate. I guess they saw the cover of the Trends Journal because it went all over the world. I've got a lot of comments on this. It's a freak show, and the freaks are in charge. Okay, on to the markets. Stocks rose Thursday as Wall Street tried to regain some of this month's steep losses, and traders kept an eye on Treasury yields. Again, as you all know, back in July, we said the markets would decline in September, and we believe they're going to keep going down and very big next month as well. So what happened? And the Dow Jones is up 116 points. The S&P added blah, 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 blah. Stocks are headed for what's been a tough trading month. This is CNBC. Dow is going to end 3% lower in September. The S&P down 4.6%, and the NASDAQ down nearly 6% for the month. And again, it's the boost in Treasury yields. Why would you play the markets and when you could put your money in money market funds and treasuries and get near 5%? You even get your CDs, you're getting over 4%. So why gamble? So this thing's going to keep going down as long as interest rates stay high. And retail investor pessimism climbs to 4-month high as optimism drops to 4-month low. Individual investors bearish climb to 40.9, the highest since mid-May from 34.6 last week. Bullish sentiment is below its historic average, however, for the 6th week in 7 and has dropped by 14.4 percentage points in just the past 3 weeks. Yeah, people are going to go shopping, but they're not going to buy as much as they were. It's as simple as that. And gold prices, we told you, again, we don't have no advertisements in the Trends Journal. Nobody tells us what to say. I mean, I love investing in gold. I mean, that's my favorite, that and real estate. But we call it like it is. And we said as long as these interest rates stay high, and the bet on the street is that they're going to keep staying high, gold prices are going to go down. And gold went down again today. Again, we believe that the bottom of gold is around $18.50 an ounce. It's not far from that. But you got to look at the bigger picture. And one of those is the headline. Costco is selling gold bars, and they are selling out within a few hours. That's right. This is brilliant what they're doing. It's brilliant because the average person doesn't know how to buy gold, but a lot of people want to buy it, and they're making it happen. This is really a smart move on their end. It's an entrepreneur move. Okay, Financial Times. U.S. small cap stocks hit hard by high interest rates. The Russell 2000 small cap index has fallen 11% since it peaked in July, while the S&P 500 is down 7% over the same period. So the thing is, these small cap stocks, they got a lot of borrowing there. And now your interest rates have gone up. And these are a lot of floating loans. So again, to us, the market's going up is a total joke. There's nothing there to push them up. Because of this floating rate, because of the floating debt rising rate, it'll pinch and defaults are likely to rise, said Dennis Malarkey, Managing Director of Investment of SLC Management. No shit. We've only been saying this for how long? Yep. So going back to where we are, the average 30-year fixed rate, it's at 7.31. It was 7.19% last week. This is the highest since December 2000. What was going on in December 2000? You mean the dot-com bust? When everything was crashing like crazy? That one? Yeah. You see where this is going? Pending home sales for August, down 7.1% from the month before. This is according to the National Association of Realtors. On a yearly basis, they're down nearly 19%. Yep. Over in the West, with California, one of the most screwed up places, they're down 21.4%. The South, 17.6%. Northeast, 18.2%. Sales on newly built homes, down 8.7%, according to the Census Bureau. Mortgage demand, slumping because interest rates now are at a 23-year high. So what do we have here? Total mortgage applications fell 1.3% last week compared to the previous week, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. You ready? Seasonally adjusted index volume was 25.5% lower than the same week just a year ago. Do you see how bad this thing is? Put the facts together rather than the headline crap. Oh, I'm so happy about Taylor Swift's new boyfriend. Applications for mortgage to purchase a home fell 2% for the week, down 27% lower than the same week a year ago. Again, it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. This is important. Surging insurance costs squeeze office landlords. We've been writing about the bullshit that they're telling us that inflation's gone down. Bullshit. That's right. So now you have these insurance costs skyrocketing, not only for landlords, but for people. Commercial real estate insurance has risen 7.6% annually on average since 2017, according to Moody's Analytics. So then we look at this and you keep going on. You again, we're calling the office building bust. Nobody else is. No one. But you got to put the facts together. You're paying a lot more now on insurance as you got a lot less tenants. And you got a heavier debt load because you got floating loans. Insurance contracts typically renew every year. That means virtually every property owner has been forced to either sign a new policy at a higher cost or skip insurance altogether. The number of property sales, you ready for this? For $25 million or more is down nearly 80% from 2021, according to CoStar Group. All right? How fucking stupid could you be to buy fucking commercial property and office buildings in 2021 when everything's fucking locked up and people are working from home? You know why? Because you don't subscribe to the Trends Journal. And I know why, because you swallow the fucking bullshit coming out of the mainstream media. Yep, brainwashed by crap. How fucking stupid can you be? One article after another. Borrowers feel sting of rate hikes. One thing after another. They got this thing. This is from Wall Street Journal. This guy from Moody's. He estimates, again, remember we're talking about insurance. Now we're talking about higher interest rates. He estimates that the typical American household would need to use 42 weeks of income to buy a new car. 42 weeks to buy a fucking shitty, stupidly, electronically over fucking geek piece of fucking shit. Can't open. Oh, and I love it. All the fucking, every time they close the door, beep, 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 it goes off. And if something happens, beep, 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 beep. Oh, yeah, like the fucking police are going to come. Oh, the car's beeping. The fucking geeks have destroyed this fucking world. AI, we own you. They fucked up the music, synthesized fucking crap. So going back to the stupid fucking cars, before, as of August, it's 42 weeks now to buy a new car, up from 33 weeks 3 years ago. And typical credit card payments are 20.7%. They're higher than that. They were 14.6% last February. Hey, the mafia, they're charging 10%. Oh, but the banks, the fucking bandits, they can fucking steal all your fucking money. And they're too big to fail. You are just a little piece of shit because of these scumbag bitches and bastards called politicians. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? And you get your t-shirt at trendsjournal.com and you go to sales and we tell them in front and back how we feel about them. I guess they're all cocksuckers in these days. These are the guys that allowed the banksters to take over the world. Yep. Too big to fail. What's that cover of this Trends Journal here? Fine. Here it is. Yeah. All right. Nothing's changed. Calm down, Celente. Let the fucking bandits steal your fucking money. Again, one article after another. Soaring borrowing costs hit riskier companies. Yeah, no shit. Global trade falls at fastest level since pandemic. That's the headline in the Financial Times today. Oh yeah, global trade's falling. No fucking shit. How long we've been writing this? And it wasn't a fucking pandemic, you little shithead prostitutes. Again, the World Whore Organization called it a pandemic when 4,219 people were dead in March of 2020 out of 114 countries. That's like 7 billion people, 4,000 people dead in over 2 months. They fucking die, 4,000 people a day, probably die in car accidents around the world. More young adults are living at home across the U.S. This is according to Money Watch. According to a Harris poll for Bloomberg, 45% of people 18 to 29 are living with their families, the highest figure since 1940s. Oh, that was during World War II. You know why? Because of the fucking scumbag politicians who did away with the antitrust acts that allowed the bigs to take over and people can't get a good job anywhere. You got it? No more mom and pop stores or his and hers stores or her and her stores or him and him stores. Only the chains. Look what's going on in front of everybody's eyes. Oh, the markets are going to be fine. Hey, Celente, what's wrong with you? Almost 50% of people can't afford to leave their house at 29 years old. What, are you kidding me? Yep. 74% of those surveyed agree that younger Americans face, quote, a broken economic situation that prevents them from being financially successful, the survey found. Not a broken financial situation, a economic situation that has been stolen from us from these scumbag politicians, pieces of fucking shit that get paid off by lobbyists to change the fucking laws. Hey, Menendez over there in Jersey, where'd you get all that fucking money? One scumbag after another. When I was a young guy, all the polls used to show that the future will be better than the past. Now it's the exact opposite. And fuck off, all you little scumbags that write up there, oh, if Celente would only, because, with more people, fuck you. You are the little fucking cowards that are doing dick shit. I fight. I'm a fighter. And I hold peace conferences. Yeah, I put my money where my heart and mouth are. But not you. Are you donating anything to Occupy Peace? Last Thursday, International Peace Day. Not a fucking word about it from the pieces of fucking shit on the Cartoon News Network. On ABC FUCK. Nothing. Anyway, moving forward. You ready? House kills Representative Gates, Gaetz, however you pronounce his name, amendment to ban transfer of cluster bombs. Yep. The amendment failed in a vote of 160 to 296. With only 85 Republicans and 75 Democrats supporting the measure. Article goes on. This is from Anti-War. The House also voted down 2 amendments aimed at reducing U.S. support for the proxy war in Ukraine. One amendment introduced by Representative Andy Biggs of Arizona to strip $300 million in military aid for Ukraine, included in the Pentagon appropriation bill, was rejected in a vote of 104 to 330 and only received support from Republicans. Another amendment introduced by Gates, Gaetz, however you pronounce his name, would have cut off military support for Ukraine altogether. It failed in a vote of 93 to 339. And also only received report from Republicans. Remember the Democrats were the liberals? Remember they were the liberals? Little fucking pieces of gutless scum. Hey, AOC, hey, Bernie Sanders, you fucking warhawks. Go over there and fight. Go over there and fight, fat Bernie. Hey, AOC, go over there. You're so out there. Where are the people? We are on the verge of nuclear destruction. But don't worry about it. From COVID war to Ukraine war to world war. House votes to strip Defense Secretary of salary, you ready? As right wing flexes muscle. This is from the toilet paper or record today. The Republican-led House voted to reduce the, again, right wing. Now right wing is against war and supporting the military-industrial complex. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? These little fucking scumbags calling for people that don't want war right wing. You're a little fucking scumbag. Let me see who the scumbag is on this article. Oh, I got to be careful here. I won't mention her name because then I'll be like, no, I didn't was abusive to her. Are you ready? This is the fucking shit. This is the fucking shit. This is why you subscribe to the Trends Journal. This is the fucking shit that they threw out and the people sucked up. This is the headline now. Missile that killed 2 Poles was Ukrainian. Kyiv has been unwilling to assist Warsaw efforts to probe the November 20th incident, the Polish justice minister said. That's right. Remember that? Again, there's going to be a false flag event. There's going to be a nuclear exchange of some kind, whether it's a nuclear plant, something's going to happen. Remember, going back to last November, they blamed it on the Russians. The facts are there. It was a Ukrainian missile. Now let's go back, not ancient history, the beginning of the month, September 6th. A Russian missile tore through an outdoor market in eastern Ukraine on Wednesday, killing 17 people and wounding dozens. As U.S. Secretary Antony Blinken returned to the country with more than $1 billion in new American funding for Ukraine. This is from the Associated Press statistics. No, it wasn't. It was a Ukrainian missile. Yeah. Hardly reported. That's why we're giving you what nobody else does, because this is a New York Times big article today. In flooded Libya city, thousands pay for corruption with their lives. Not a fucking word why they're paying for corruption. Because the warmongering little fucking freaks, the Hillary Clintons, the Samantha Power, the Susan Rice, the Barack Obama, the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize winner, destroyed the fucking country when they overthrew Muammar Gaddafi. Libya was the richest country in Africa, with people having more rights and benefits than most people around the world. But not a word about it, how the fucking country is turned to crap because of the fucking warmongers that destroyed it. Don't donate to Occupy Peace. Keep the fucking wars going. Let them steal your fucking money and let them kill whoever they want, including you, because they could care less. Again, anybody that supports war, go over there and fight or shut your fucking mouth. We got a lot more here, and your magazine's filled with it. You ready? Los Angeles Times. Unprecedented theft contributed to $112 billion in retail losses last year. Cost of living stress fuels crime wave in Australia and New Zealand. All right? Not a word from these little pieces of scum of why this happened. We said this would happen when they locked down the fucking world. As I say, when people lose everything and have nothing left to lose, they lose it. This was not going on before the pandemic. Was not going on before the pandemic. Scumbags, shitheads, motherfuckers, and to be equal, because you have to put up the cover of last week's Trends Journal with Uncle Sam and A Uncle Sam. Where's that cover? If you say motherfuckers, you gotta say fatherfuckers. Okay, and don't forget to watch the video of yesterday with me and Judge Andrew Napolitano. It's a winner. Again, we are on the verge of economic collapse. And remember, when all else fails, they take you to war. So do what you can to support us. I'm fighting for peace. I'm a warrior for the Prince of Peace. Thank you.
The Trends Journal, the best investment you could make, because it's the best investment into your mind, and it can change how you look at the world.
His work is actually a gold mine. Anybody interested in politics, political trends, economic trends, social trends, cultural trends, you have to follow him, Gerald Celente.
The Trends Journal is one of the greatest sources of information, and and it really is. You're predicting these things well ahead of time. I would encourage everyone to go grab the latest copy.
Been a Trends Journal subscriber for 20 years. I just have to commend you. What you guys have put together in your latest Trends Journal, there's nothing like this out there.
Sir, everything that you predicted about the economy, you were absolutely right. So I have followed you all this time. So please take a look at the Trends Journal.
You correctly forecast that the Fed would hike rates quite aggressively, correctly said that initially gold and silver would drop as the Fed starts to raise rate to 1.5% and above. When we spoke last, Bitcoin was around 49,000. You said you expect to drop, and if it drops below 30, 35, then it could really drop.
Trends Journal, which I would encourage people to go and check out. It's actually a 200-page document, pure data-driven analysis.
Gerald Celente, the top trends forecaster in the world. Gerald, you had an interesting call back in September of last year. You said gold had bottomed, which is exactly what happened. And here we are, and we're above $1,900.
Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happened at trendsjournal.com.